Hi there, I'm Dan Chewy, Mongrain from Voivod, and you're watching Brutally Delicious podcast.
Meeting is being recorded.
Hey, I'm
This
Bruce.
meeting is
I'm Bruce.
being
That's my
recorded.
partner, Arena.
Hi Rena, hi Bruce, thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Longtime fan from 40 years ago, probably. So nice to meet you and catch up.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I guess I can just jump in. The first question I have is, what's it like being 40 years in this business with that? You choose people up and spits them out. You guys have hung around.
yeah, obviously I'm 40 years old, 46 now, so I was not there at the beginning of the band, but I'm a fan since the early days, though. I started listening to Voivod when I was around 11 years old, and this is the band that convinced me to buy a guitar and start my own band, so to speak. So, anyway, I think that the band always put out some very interesting album, always tried to outdo themselves, improve and exploring new ways of doing things and musically and lyrically on all the concepts. The artwork was phenomenal since the beginning. And so as a fan, before being in the band, I was always eager to see what was next with Voivod. What are they gonna come with for the next album musically and all that. So I think once you're hooked for the long run.
Yeah. And I know you said, Rena, I'll let you jump in here in a second. Sorry. I know you said
No
you guys are always looking to, improve or take advantage of technology, whatever. That brings me to the next thing. What was it like doing a totally AI-based video for Quest for Nothing?
Actually, it was kind of a surprise for us because we didn't know our website guy who takes care of the Facebook page and all that. He's an artist as well. He's a musician, and I think he started it on his own without telling us. And at some point, hey, guys, I've tried some stuff with this new technology. And he showed us, and we were like, "Wow, what's going on?" It fits the band concepts and visual perfectly, and it fits with the song. So we were in awe and very happy to put out something new for the last record.
Yeah, it's great. Rena, sorry, I'm babbling.
Yeah, it's a super interesting video. I'm just scrolling in a messenger group to find a video that I posted so I don't make an ass of myself because I can't remember.
Yeah, it's Luc
Never mind. But
Leclerc.
there was another AI video, like combining. It had like Simpson stuff and then like Cannibal Corpse or something.
Oh yeah,
And it was like just gave keywords like with Simpsons characters and then just like Cannibal Corpse, and it could have not been Cannibal Corpse, but something similar, and then just mashed up like a video out of it, and it was so delightfully disturbing.
yeah.
Like, maybe yours could have used like a sparkle of Disney or something to make it even more.
But it's fascinating to see the image transforming into another one, and keeping the vibe. I guess I'm sure he spent a lot of time and worked a lot to make it that way and interesting, and keep all the robots and the insect and the kind of Terminator vibe as well. Like cyborg kind of vibe, and yeah, it's very disturbing actually. I had to take a moment after watching it the first time, and I wanted to go back. It's an interesting technology, and I think it opens door for more creativity for sure.
We're living in the future now, right?
At this moment, or this one?
I think just in this, right. I think in this
I
moment,
see
we're
what you
totally
did
living in the
there.
future.
Was that?
I think we're totally just living in the future, right? Who would have thought that you'd have AI making videos and doing all this stuff?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I think in history there was always a new technology that was kind of scary at first, but there's always a good way to use it, and and make it more human, so to speak. It's always the human that created the technology, so it is nothing without us. But then we have to use it in a positive way, I guess, and it's interesting.
Until it takes
It's
over.
nothing. Yeah, exactly. It's nothing without us, but then Skynet became aware.
That's a good one. But look at us now, talking through a video and TV screen and internet. Back then, it was 2001 Space Odyssey.
Right.
It's crazy. It's amazing.
It's nuts. But then there's it's nothing without us, but then a lot of us aren't in it to create delightfully disturbing videos. They might be creating what's the deep tech? No, not deep tech. What's the deep fake videos, which are like virtually impossible to tell the real thing from a fake video of a real person saying things. Or
That's
doing
scary.
things it's super fucking creepy because as the pessimist I am, I believe most people are not in this game to do good for others, even though there was a really good book called The Hopeful History by this Dutch writer, Bregman was his last name, can't remember his first name, but that we're actually just sort of scammed into believing that the human nature is barbaric and brutal and selfish, whereas it's actually not supported by factual evidence. But I still cling on to that thought that gives me hopelessness, but which is important.
I'm gonna
for
finish
artists,
the interview very depressed.
Yeah, we're very dark.
But I hear what you
say.
say.
Came out of sheer joy,
I hear what you say, and I try to not focus not too much on that. I try to use it in a good way, but there's always two sides to the medal, so to speak, and it can be scary for sure. Yeah.
So Ultraman, I guess it's due out in November 4th. That's just right around the corner, right? How excited are you to have it out there?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a surprise to do it. I demoed the song for fun and brought it to the guys, and we all watched Ultraman when we were younger. It was translated in French. We could understand. It was not Japanese, obviously, and we're French Canadian, so we used to watch it. And back in the day, I didn't see any costumes or puppets or what. It was all real for me,
right,
in my mind. So it was part of our culture, so to speak, when we grew up, and the concept and the song and remained in our heads. So I was fooling around before even writing the new album. I did the demo and I brought it to the guys, and they were all in. So I thought a long time about what language should we do it. And I speak a little bit of Japanese. I've learned it, and so suggested I could sing a Japanese version, and then Snake did the French version, because that's the one that we grew up with. Right. And there's also an English version. So we did a 3-language version. Wow. And I did a whole Japanese version, and there's a karaoke version, instrumental. So it was great fun, and we re-recorded it at the end or at the beginning of the sessions of the album, but it was not meant to be on the album. It was something different. So it was not we didn't think of it in advance, really.
Right.
Just something to do with fun.
No, it's pretty cool. And I mean, having it in the 3 different languages is something kind of different as well.
Yeah, it was a challenge.
I imagine the phrasing.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Like how many sort of language barriers did you run into translating those lyrics? Because I'd imagine some things are harder to say in Japanese than they are in French.
The thing, it was already translated in 3 different versions, and the original one was all written. I found the lyrics, and I could I can understand words in Japanese because I studied it enough, and some words I didn't understand, I look it up. But and the translation is not literal, like from a language to another. There are some differences, but it's interesting how they put it, and I think it will surprise the Japanese at first to hear a foreign person sing in Japanese and then hear the French version.
Yeah.
Oh, they will not expect that. And yeah, it's just great fun. And during the last few years, we all hope for Ultraman to save the world. So, come and save yeah. So it's all about hope and fun.
Which I guess is timely and needed for sure, right? All
Yeah,
around the
I think
world.
so. Yes.
What was the
Or hopelessness, like
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
we got Rena there.
Whatever
always
fuels
one in the
your motor,
crowd.
baby. I love that you're holding that guitar. Are you planning on playing us something?
I'm
Or
just
is it just
more
for props?
comfortable, but it's plugged.
Nice. You guys are getting ready to
Yeah,
head out on a tour next month as well, right?
Yeah, that's why I got the guitar actually. I'm practicing the song, learning them back, and yeah, we can't wait to go on tour again. It's been a while since we went to Europe. We went this summer. It was quite amazing to go back for the first time since a few years, and we went to Mexico as well, and yeah, it feels great, and we had the opportunity to join Opeth on their tour, and we're gonna play great venues. New fans, I guess, are gonna open their mind to us, and fans of Voivod will maybe discover Opeth. Or I think it's a good build because there's a lot of progressive in Opeth and Voivod, but
Yeah.
there's also the metal side of it. So I think it's a really good mix, and can't wait to play. And then we go on our own and we play more dates. I think 3 weeks by ourselves too, going to Italy, Sardinia, Greece, and Turkey, and many countries. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
You know what I think is pretty interesting? You kind of just alluded to it there, but I think in the metal world, you find that shows, especially when people of our age, are multi-generational, right? You've got people like myself taking their kids, maybe it's sometimes even their grandkids. It's a whole kind of multi-generational metal show.
Yeah, totally. I remember in Europe a guy holding his kid on his shoulder, and the kid was singing the whole 17-minute song Jack Luminous by heart, and he had the protection for his ear, and
Yeah.
it was just amazing. We were blown away. So yeah, you're totally right. We see new kids, parents bringing their kids, very young teenager or early 20s, digging the old stuff, and it's all mixed now. It's a family party.
That's great. And I don't
Love
think you see
it.
that with any other kind of music genre, right? I mean, you don't see a family gathering at these things. I think it's cool that the torch is being passed down to the kids, the metal torch, so to speak.
Yeah, and Voivod had many opportunities to play in a non-metal context as well because of the progressive side of the music, which opens other barriers where a lot of metal bands can't really play or was not invited to play. We played the International Jazz Festival of Montreal a few years back with the brass quintet that I arranged for one song, for the occasion. And we played the Primavera Festival in Barcelona, and there was like reggae bands and like different kind of music. I mean, totally different, like very like house or and Voivod was in the middle of that, and so you have access to a new crowd that don't necessarily know the band, but they're interested in different kind of music and music that goes deeper than pop music,
Right.
And the usual stuff. So I really appreciate those open-minded promoters, open-minded crowd that can go to a show and watch a reggae band and then Voivod. It's amazing.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Rita?
No, that sounds amazing. And I think it's like such a positive thing to have an open view of like music genres. What you just said, Bruce, like I don't that you don't see this in any other music genre. Yes, you do. It just like it just depends on where you go. We're just in our little bubble going like, yeah,
Maybe.
metal fucking rocks, you know, but and it does. But like here in Finland, where I am actually, is like this Pori jazz, for instance, which is definitely like a family outing kind of thing. Of course, the pandemic kind of ruined that because it was very much like a picnic, sort of go hang out outside, just watch James Brown kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the kids would know the James Brown lyrics by heart as they did with with
Well,
your example.
it's a
But I
bit.
guess like, you know, the like defining factor is the passion that metal fans
Yeah.
sort of put into the thing, and that's what they pass on to the kids. And that's like, you know, you have those 7-year-olds with those awesome like trash vests on, like with the
Yeah.
patches and shit, and that is the cutest thing ever. Like I will have my kid do that. I have a 6-year-old, and I'm definitely like, you know, making sure that the next generation gets what it's all about. He is super into Guns N' Roses at the moment. Listens to Welcome to the Jungle as the last thing before he goes to bed.
Wow.
And they just had this this thing where you judge music. Like he's in preschool, like everybody gets to bring a song, everybody listens and gives points to it. And it was so hilarious because like I went to pick him up and he was distraught. The kid was like very, very unhappy. And I was like, dude, what's going on? And he just starts like bawling his eyes out, like I took like Welcome to the Jungle there, and it only got like 20 something points. Even Julius gave it just 1, and he promised he would like the rockier stuff. And then like, you know, some like really, really children's song won it, and he was like, and then it was like, you know, this baby shark shit like
That's amazing.
It was, and I'm just trying to keep a straight face because these emotions are genuine. You don't laugh at them, even if it is hilarious. But this is what I mean about the passion, you know.
Yeah.
That's what gets passed on into the music that really like grips your body and your soul at the same time.
Yeah.
But all right, rant over.
And that's true. And now it's something that I notice in festivals. There's metal clothes for kids and very young kids, like toddlers, merch booths. You know, it's great. It's amazing.
I would have totally bought like a toddler suit that says like my daddy's Satan. Something cool like that.
Right.
Oh.
So
I would have a matching shirt that says he pays no alimony. You know?
Right. So I know you said you're practicing and getting ready for the road, but how do you prepare physically? Because we're not getting any younger, right? This is many years in.
That's
Or
true.
like that definitely takes its toll, doesn't it?
Yeah, I try to keep fit. I do bicycle. I stretches and stuff like that, you know, on a regular basis. And I keep practicing, you know, regularly. Obviously, I play a lot. I'm a guitar teacher in college, and I teach at home as well. And so I play different gigs as a freelance musician in Montreal. I just did a TV show last week with a famous French Quebec singer, and so I'm always trying to keep in shape on the instrument and as well as physically, because when you play a show and you go in the bus and you go in another city every day and you don't sleep much, you really need to have a good how do you say it in English?
Routine.
Stamina.
Yes. So we're really careful, and we think about that, and I think it makes things way easier if you're in good shape, because it's very often we get a virus on tour or something that So if you're in bad shape, it's gonna be a hard time. So, and then the show itself is kind of a workout. I like to jump around and have a good time on stage. I don't stand still and wait. With a mean face. That's not my style. I'm smiling and I'm jumping around, and that's part of the workout.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is a good workout.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel, are you up for something very, very different that you've probably ever done on a podcast?
What's that?
Are you up for something completely different that I assume you have ever done in a podcast before?
I'm open.
Yeah, the answer is yes.
Amazing. Bruce is going to give you a brief on what we're going to do.
Yeah, so we started this series where it's just, I'm going to show you a picture here in a second, and all I need to know from you is what you see.
Yeah, I see someone in a cave with strange in a TV set, and yeah, I see the image. You want me? You want
What's going on there? Why is she there, or he there, or why is that person there?
What's in the picture? What's happening now? What's in it? And then what do you think is going to happen next in the picture?
she or he is living in an alien stomach,
Oh, amazing! Yes.
and prisoner, but comfortable at the same time. I don't know if she or he want to get out of there.
Right, I mean, they got the TV, right? So they can
Exactly.
just
They got all that static to keep them entertained,
Yes.
for years and years and years. Alien stomach.
Yeah.
Tell us how you landed on this
Well,
interpretation.
It looks like a tongue where he stands.
Oh, I
It's
guess
like
it does.
It's like a mouth or something.
We've done this a few times and haven't had that kind of in depth, so that's pretty interesting. What's going to be the next thing? What would happen in the next frame?
In the next frame of the same story,
Yeah.
bored to death. There's
Fair enough.
nothing going on. It's a prison, but there's something that controls the person to make the prison comfortable enough so she or he wants to stay there.
And not rebel.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Why do you think they have their tongue out like that?
Maybe they want to eat it out of starvation.
Maybe it's the rule of the stomach, mouth, tongue thing.
Yeah,
you know?
like Infinity,
You're only not gonna
Magnolia.
die if you
Maybe there's a
constantly-
prisoner inside of her mouth too.
Oh, now we're
Oh
getting
my
deep.
god! Now it turned all meta.
Infinity.
Yes,
Inside the mouth,
exactly.
infinity.
Forever.
Nice.
Oh,
Anyway,
I love
sorry.
it. We've done it. You're the third person we've done this with, and this is it's so fascinating that everybody has a different answer.
Yeah. I guess
Nobody
so.
sees the same things. What do you make of that circle sign thing above her head?
Oh yeah. I don't know.
I see a chef.
Yeah, it looks like that's what I thought at first. Yeah. Like a chef vomiting some ink. I
Nice.
don't know.
Second vomit thing.
Yeah.
I was like a dude in glasses with clouds for his hair eating a road.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely clouds over his head. Or maybe it's his brain coming out of his head.
Interesting.
True.
It can be
True.
both. It's a cloud brain.
Exactly.
I'll take that.
Maybe Hannibal, Mr. Lecter has been over, has had his appetizers already, and just left the plate as it was.
Or it's another alien puking the prisoner.
True. Exactly. Maybe it's another prisoner on their way from
Yeah.
alien puke.
Infinity.
That's the return. The win.
Right, there we go back. Well, thank you for playing along with that anyway.
Yeah, no
Like to have a little
problem.
bit of fun. So what's next for you guys? You just getting ready to head out on tour, and then what do you have going on after that?
Oh yeah, we rehearsed yesterday actually, and we have one rehearsal left. So and we're all psyched, we're all pumped to go on the road again for a real big tour. And when we go back, it's gonna be the holidays and all that. So we're gonna meet up again, I guess next year, and we're preparing something for the 40th anniversary of the band. So we have a lot of work. We just put out, actually, do I have it here? I don't think so. But we just put out a music book for the last album. That's the 6th book I edit for the band. I transcribed Killing Technology, Dimension Hate Trust, Nothing Face, Target Earth, and The Wake, bass and guitar in music notation, and tab as well. So but we just finished, Rocky and I, the bass and guitar book, which is in the same book. So you have 2 for 1. And we just have the version yesterday at the rehearsal. So we're pretty excited about that. And we see more and more people playing some stuff on YouTube, using the books. And it's fun. It's really great. And some people are really young, and playing the solos better than me. So it's great.
That's great. Well, that's all I have. Rena, you got anything else?
No, I think we are awesome, but
Thank you, my friend. I have been a longtime fan. I appreciate all your contributions to the music world, especially the heavy world.
Thank you so much.
Fabulous time talking to you. Good luck with the tour. Be safe.
You too, and pleasure, and thanks for your work.
Take care. Thank you.
hey, thanks for being here and
Be
have
well.
an awesome time on the road.
It was fun. Thank you very much.
All right. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Later. Bye.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.